Again, and today I'm trying a recipe from 1662, the famous Italian dessert Zabaglione. This recipe comes from the cookbook L'Arte di Ben Cucinare by Bartolomeo Stefani. Now this is the first recorded recipe of Zabaglione, and it's super simple. Just eggs, sugar, and a sweet white wine. Let's get at it. So first we're going to start off by just separating the egg whites from the yolks, because we're only going to be using the yolks for this recipe. In Italy, just decades after the end of the Renaissance period, a chef was transforming Italian cuisine. In the Duchy of Mantua, Chef Bartolomeo Stefani published L'Arte di Ben Cucinare, the art of good cooking. The cookbook was written under his employment by the Gonzaga family of Mantua. The Gonzaga dynasty, which began in 1328, became one of the most influential families in Italy at the time, being monumentally influential in the flourishing of culture and arts during the Renaissance. So, in this cookbook, we find the recipe for Zabaglione. This dessert has been around for some time before Stefani put it to paper, but the origin is lost to history. Its name is also sort of a mystery. Aside from the linguistic theories of origin, there are some historical ones, like it being named after San Pasquale Bailon, the patron saint of cooks. The recipe is as follows. To make a Zabaglione, take 6 fresh eggs, a half pound of fine sugar, 6 ounces of white wine, and beat everything together. And then take a glazed stone pan proportionate to the said composition. Put 2 ounces of butter to melt in the pan. When it's melted, throw in the mixture, giving it fire below and above. If you want, put ground cinnamon into the composition to taste, but be careful that cooking it does not get too toasted. Today, Zabaglione is enjoyed all over Italy, and even around the world, as Zabaglione in France, Sambaglione in Argentina and Uruguay, and even Zabajone in Colombia. Now let's get back to the cooking. Alright, so next I'm just going to take 1 cup, about a half pound of sugar, and beat it with the eggs.
Dad, that's a lot of sugar.
That is a lot of sugar. Daddy almost did a pound of sugar.
Whoa, look at that, lot of it.
It's a beautiful color right there.
I know that.
So now I'm just kind of getting this whipped up on a bain-marie type setup I've got going on here. And I'm gonna add in 6 ounces of a sweet white wine. It didn't say what white wine to use, so I chose to just go with Moscato because it was the first thing I saw. But actually, Moscato in the 17th century was popular with nobles, and considering Bartolomeo Stefani worked for the Gonzaga family, Moscato might have been used in his recipe. So, we'll see how this turns out. About 6 ounces there. About 5.5 now. Whoops. And I think the trick here is to whip it pretty quickly. So one thing that I didn't realize until just now is that the Moscato that I bought is, it's sparkling. So yeah, that I don't know how that's gonna change things, but we'll see when it's all said and done. The last part of Stefani's recipe is different from how most Zabaglione is made today. I mean, I haven't seen any recipe that incorporates butter. His does. So we're going to take 2 ounces of butter. It's about a half a stick. And we're going to melt that down and add it to what we just prepared. Okay, let's add this melted butter. You know, like the saying goes, butter makes it better, so just makes this a little bit more luxurious. It's thickening up nicely. I think that's it. I'd say we're done. What Stefani says to serve this is he recommends just a dash of cinnamon on top. So that's how we're gonna do it today. So let me plate this up and give it a try. All right, so this is a recipe finally I'm not too afraid to try. I mean, Zabaglione is kind of made like, it's the same premise as like eggnog, and I don't like eggnog, but there's nothing scary about this. Traditionally it's served warm, so gonna give it a try. I have a little bit of cinnamon on here. That's actually very good. Wow. I'm actually blown away. This is way better than I thought it was going to be. From what I've read, because this dessert I've actually never tried before, I've been told that it takes on the flavor of the wine. It just tastes like whatever liquor you're going to put in it. It's not like that. It's actually, you definitely taste the wine, and I don't think that there's any issue with using the Moscato d'Asti rather than using just a plain flat Moscato. It tastes almost like white chocolate. Again, hints of that wine, the sweetness, the fruitiness, the floral, but very, very subtle. It really is like a nice melted white chocolate. And now I've got to try it with some raspberries here.
You have to dip.
Oh, I have to dip?
There you go, Dad.
Thank you.
Like that. Let me do it.
That is awesome. That is really good. The cinnamon, really nice. Fruit, really nice. I have a little bit of both here. I recommend it.
Dad, I want some more.
As a rating, this is easily an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. Gotta give it a try.